Good morning, all you gorgeous people. Welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey, and welcome to Full Moon Tuesday. I just wanted to share something funny with you. When I woke up, I went to my devices and I was answering some comments, and then I came across this beautiful Native American flute music. And as I was listening to that, I started scanning some stuff for research purposes, and I felt so compelled to do a quick read on what energy do we need to release. Here's why. I came across this simple statement in some of my research that said, as you let go of the energy of the old reality, the universe will bring the new. All space must be filled with a frequency of energy. An energy field that is emptied will be refilled. You have the power to choose the new frequency. So it's the simplicity of, say you empty a water vessel, it's now your choice to fill it with whatever you want. You can fill it with flowers, you can fill it with lemonade, whatever you want. That is also the same thing of your old reality. Once you dump those restrictions that you've had on yourself and your boundaries and what you think your capabilities are, what you think you can acquire, the realms, the understanding, the love you think you can reach, it's amazing. Because I was also reading some other stuff in my research, and it was practically bringing me to tears, because I realized this when I was really young, and that's why people always ask me, Melanie, why don't you get upset when people in your family die? I always knew, and I don't know why, that there's not really any birth or death. There's just arrival and departure from one form to the next. I just kind of always knew that, and that's when I knew I was protected, that I understood some things that were a little extra at times, and I just felt happy and content and safe in my world, and I didn't have worries, and I always knew there'd be enough. Hence, there always was. I mean, people think I'm some kind of magical fairy with what comes to me and what happens to me and my experiences I've been able to do. I mean, I've lived in a lot of places, on islands, and different crazy scenarios where I literally should have been dead time and time again. I remember walking through Poughkeepsie in New York at 2 o'clock in the morning because I wanted to go get some grape soda, and it was 2 in the morning, and I was staying with a bunch of my friends and they were asleep, so I was like, I'll just walk through. I walked through abandoned warehouses filled with sleeping criminals and crack people and all that stuff without a second thought. And I've always done things like that because I don't believe harm will come to me. I don't live a fear-based life. And I thought, that is kind of, maybe it's a little strange, but I feel all right, you know what I mean? So this is the reason I want to do this too, is because right now there's a lot of people call them symptoms, but I call them realizations of spiritual awakening, and people are having them more and more. And what's happening is people are just letting things happen now. They're not trying to force them. You know, they're connecting more with nature and each other. They're just not worrying. They want these beautiful experiences, and I really want them for them. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a 2-card spread. The rabbit spirit, now is a lucky time, and learning from the past with the elephant. So let's see what we're going to do. So again, we're going to go back. And today I just felt like I learned this lesson of, wow, there's some energies I need to let go. For instance, Ian wanted to get his hair cut and go out to breakfast, and he can be very passive aggressive when he wakes up. He just is not connected yet and grounded, and so he's, instead of falling into that, just appeasing him and forgoing everything I needed to do to just stop conflict, I said, no, that's all right. I'll skip all that because I have some things I need to do for myself. And it was really weird because he had to relearn a whole new behavior to deal with that, because usually I'll go along to get along, but I'm like, not today. I have some messages I want to get out. It's a full moon. I feel really good. I want to wash my hair and condition it, and, you know, just do a few things in my beauty retinue that's gone to absolute hell. I mean, I look like a cave woman with my hair and all those things. And I'm like, no, I would like to fix some things that need fixing. And I didn't like make it argumentative. I just let him have his moment, and he snapped out of it. And that's the thing that we need to learn. as we're letting go of these energies. My old reality was, ooh, stop conflict at any cost with him so he goes into work in a good mood and he has a nice day. And I was like, what about my energy and where I'm channeling it today? I'm speaking to thousands and thousands of people all the time. I would like to be in a good place and be well rested and feel like I'm cared for. But as a giver and sometimes a light worker, I just tend to go for other people. And today, after I read that, I was like, whoa, my vessel is now emptied and I'm going to refill it with some me time so I can meditate, listen to flute music, speak to people, and have a nice day, right? So let's see where you need to let go of an energy and what we can refill it with. 7 of Swords. Yeah, very good. Very, very good. Oh my gosh, you guys. So this is first going to talk about what you need to let go of. And then we're going to have your cards that what you're going to replace them with. You have the Magician, which is fantastic. I'm going to put those into play in a moment. And the King of Swords. See, when you let go of old things, like this is called the Thief in the Night card. And I feel like this is you feeling like there's not enough time, that you have to steal time for yourself. That's how you think of it, that you have to scrounge, steal, borrow time for yourself. And I just learned this morning that no, because time is so linear, and when we decide that our time is just as valuable, and in most cases more valuable for our sense of balance, for our sense of continuity, for our sense of worth, for our sense of value, we have things to do that are just as high value as anybody else. So why should we give up our time and sacrifice it to run to the aid of somebody else who not necessarily is going to say thank you for it, but just expect it? That's your lesson for sure. If you have people in your life that are just expecting you to pick them up every morning, expecting you to bring them places, we need to call a halt to that for sure, right? And also this too, when you're invited to places, I want you to say no to invitations that don't appeal to you 100%. If people are like, come out for drinks, come to dinner, what we're going to do now is we're simply going to realize that isn't a place I would rather be right this moment. I would maybe like to journal, watch some fun television programs, be with my animals, go for a walk, do things that balance you out. So you're going to learn to say no to things that just really don't suit you any longer. You know, your time and space is a very high value. You need your peace of mind. You need your sacred spaces. Like right after Ian left too, I saged the whole house. I listened to more flute music, and I just came back down and came grounded. And I was like, I have probably. What happens is I work throughout the day and I deal with all my private clients. Then he gets home and we begin to film. So I sometimes work from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep. And I feel like a lot of you guys do as well. I feel like you have 1, maybe 2 jobs even, and children. And when you get that time to yourself, you feel like it's so valuable, like you have to hoard it. You don't, because here's your new message. It comes in. Time. You can be magic with your time. Time is fluid. Time is what you make it. Now you're going to empty that old thought that time is scarce, that there's a lack mentality, that you have to scramble, rush. I want you to picture this in your head. You ever go into Starbucks and you see those women and they just dropped off their kids and they're looking at their phone, they're replying to messages, they're trying to balance their coffee, their devices, they're looking over their shoulders, they're distracted, harried, and they look like they're panicked, right? And you know what they're doing? They're absolutely panicked for time because they have a scarce and lack mentality of time instead of saying, I have all the time in the world. The second I start to rush, that's the first thing I say. I become the magician. I go, I have all the time in the world. I have more time than I know what to do with. I can go on leisurely walks. I can eat delicious food. I can savor my coffee. I can speak with friends. And then boom, all of a sudden it just becomes, that is the magic of thought. You think it, it turns into the energy that then becomes your activity. You slow things down. You savor things. You are present with people you are speaking with because you're not rushing off as fast as you can, dropping things to get to the bigger, better deal. There is no bigger, better deal than being exactly present where you are. When your child's speaking to you and trying to tell you about their grades, their concerns, or their friends, what is more important than that? Absolutely nothing in that moment. And then you become the King of Swords. You're refilling that hurried, rushed, half-assed jobs with serious, logical, one step at a time thought like the King of Swords does. And that's fantastic. You're going to feel like you breathe easy. You have time for yourself. And the worries disappear. Because here's the thing. Once we know we have enough of everything and we don't really we're focused on ourselves, we lose interest in interpreting the actions of others. We don't care why they're doing that. We're not interested in conflict. We lose the ability to worry. We're not judging ourselves. We want to give and be in people's company without expecting anything return. And it's so beautiful and calming. Then we want to connect to nature. Then we want to connect to our friends and family. It's absolutely beautiful. Oh, I love this. And I've just pulled another card too for you guys. So here's another message that nothing is wasted. You know what I mean? However you're spending your time is not wasted. You're always going to learn something from that experience, from that person you said hello to, for that person whose door you held for them to come in. To any moment that you take for somebody, that stays in their head and they cherish it. So that's amazing. So that's you guys, and I am very, very excited for this full moon. I have prepared a really great reading for this evening that's going to come out too, because I was so excited when I woke up. I just had really good energy. And again, don't forget to press like and press subscribe and the bell so you can get your warnings. And all my links are below if you guys want your full moon readings tonight. And you can go on Instantgo if you want your read within an hour or two, because I can text those quickly to you, because I know full moons really can pack an emotional wallop and get that message through very strongly. I mean, I woke up at the crack of dawn and I still feel energized and happy. And this is what we're doing. Our concentration is absolutely dumping those old theories, thoughts, and notions that don't work. You know what I mean? We're letting go of that old reality, that old energy, and replacing it with beautiful things. Okay, so now we're going on to number 2, which is now is a lucky time for you rabbit people. Yes, and it really is, because as we just discussed in the beginning, we're letting go of the energy, our old reality. The universe is going to bring in the new. All the space has to be filled with this new frequency of energy. Let's make it good, right? The energy field that's empty is now going to refill with the power of whatever you choose. And say what you want out loud all day. Say, you know what I want today? Today I would really like to have nice, meaningful connections with my friends and families, nice leisurely conversations where I'm not rushed at all, where I'm breathing and I'm really using my 5 senses. I'm feeling that sun on my face. I hear all the melodies and notes in the music. I'm tasting this wonderful coffee. I feel the smile and the connectivity of my children. I pet and I feel every fiber of little fur on my little crazy fur baby animals. You know what I mean? Just that peace. Let it wash over you that there is ample time. That's what we need to replace in that energy of scarcity, whether it's money, time, love, relationships, that we're replacing it with all abundance. You know what I mean? Our brain every day is ready to be refueled with new knowledge. Judgment. Yeah, we're letting judgment completely go from other people. You guys, you just decided, guess what? What a waste of time it is for me to sit there and judge other people or to judge myself. I am going to let the universe take care of that, because that's their job, and I'm pretty goddamn cool and my karma's awesome. So when it comes back to me, it's going to be fantastic. And then you're going to be the Knight of Wands. Now, another thing that you should let go of and bring back in this, when you have energy and fire and purpose, the first thing that pops into your head is going to be an intuitive message to you, whether it's like, go take a time for you to have a massage, a walk, get your nails done, listen to beautiful music. You're going to listen to that first intuitive pop and you're going to act on it. It's going to be that 5-second rule. Before you can talk yourself out of it and tell yourself you have lack of money, time, or energy, just start doing it and then you're there. That's how I get a lot accomplished. Before I talk myself out of anything, I go and I get my cards, I go and I get my jewelry, and I start working and I'm listening to music. I'm already engaged in an activity I love before I've had time to talk myself out of it. You know what I mean? Here's the other one, 4 of Swords. We're going to talk ourselves out of overthinking and mulling things over and over and over. When we give ourselves too many choices and we want to go in too many directions, instead of having complete focus, we start bouncing all over the place and get monkey mind. You know what I mean? Start to think like, I really love to have this be the earth sign elements and things, because they're constant, they're still, they're bold, they're clean, simple, structured, regal, clear, precise, reflective, and keen. When you have these things, repeat that over and over and over. You know what I mean? Go under any of the elemental signs and some of their traits. And again, when you get that and you receive that balance, you then move on to more of a air sign, which is light, crisp, brilliant, fresh, upbeat, buoyant, and a little bit disconnected so they can move upward and think in their own thoughts. You know what I mean? But they're positive and they're happy. And then again, I constantly have that. I am a fire element, and I'm a Sagittarius, so I'm very rich, reactive, substantial, dynamic, irregular, and active. But I need to go to the other earth signs and ground out. And we all need to learn from all these elements what component is going to balance us and let us refill those old behaviors that we no longer need, those old ideas, those old energies, you know, so we can have our smiles. And we are letting go of mistakes or any of those things, because mistakes are expected, they're respected, inspected, and then they're corrected, right? And then we just let them go. We don't let them hover around forever and affect our days. We simply just replenish our thought process with beautiful, light, breezy ideas, like and notions and energy that is time, plenty of money, plenty of love, always plenty, always abundant. You know, we want that new frequency of energy. And we're going to pull one more animal card for you guys. My shuffling is pretty cool. Here we go, the whale spirit for you guys. Trust the great mystery. 100%. We really need to do that. We know we're taken care of, knowing everything's all right. Again, like I said earlier, I've known since I was young that I wasn't sad when people went away, that I knew there wasn't really birth or death, but it was just arrival and departure from one place to the next. And that's how we spend our days. Time is, we can stretch it out. It's elastic, it's linear. We've just got to remember to breathe and savor. I will never, ever again be that person that's rushing into a coffee shop trying to fumble my phone and look at messages and multitask to a degree where I'm not even present. I want to see people's faces. I want to smell the coffee. I want to smell the roses. I want to see the looks on the dogs' faces that are tied up outside that are going to get their dish of water and their treat. All those little things that make our day lovely, right? My most poignant and beautiful memories are when I've slowed time down. And that's one of the things I'd like you guys to do, is just slow time down. Awesome, awesome. So full moon tonight, you guys. So if you need any of your private reads, or you want to go to my Instantgo, I get back to you within an hour or two on that. And it's fast and it's lovely. And I love to get the messages out, because I know you guys get really keen for your reads on full moon. So if you want to start signing up, and go down, my links are below. And remember, if you're new, to press like and press that subscribe and that bell, so you get all the info when it comes in. And yeah, you guys have a great, pleasant day. And just remember, you know what? We are all important. We are all connected, and we are all going to raise each other's vibrations by smiling, making eye contact, never making anyone feel invisible, letting everybody know that the earth is inclusive. This world, the universe is inclusive. We all belong. There's enough sunshine for everybody, and we're all going to sparkle, right? It's our time to sparkle and be kind to one another. Love you guys. Bye.